Hey, welcome back to the Noble CFO. What does it mean to be a Noble CFO? A recap, we've talked about the foundation being stewardship, stewarding profits, people, partners, and places. We've talked about the values, and one of the first values I talked about, so incredibly important to becoming a Noble CFO, is integrity, operating in integrity, and then pursuing an attitude of service. How do we serve the people that are around us? As a leader, how do I come into an organization and serve? How do I serve the business owner? How do I serve my admin team, the accounting team? How do I serve operations and sales and marketing? How can I bring that to business? And we've talked about the transformation of being able to bring these values to a business, a little different attitude, an understanding of our role in a business, and the transformational opportunity to change cultures. Today, we're going to talk about operate in grace. Grace in business is not a well-known topic. We understand grace from a Christian perspective. The Christian Bible talks about grace being given a gift that you didn't deserve. I'm talking about grace in business being you're showing respect and treating others with dignity. You're encouraging and helping others. You're creating an environment that respects people, treats them with dignity, and encourages them and helps them become a better person. It's creating a positive energy with team members. Grace gives an environment of positivity because you can make a mistake. We all make mistakes. It's not a question of whether you are going to make a mistake. We all make mistakes. The question is, how is that going to be treated? Are you going to be treated with respect and dignity? Are the leaders going to come alongside and help, or are they going to punish? Whatever that environment is will lead to how people are willing to admit mistakes, is how quickly they will be given grace for those mistakes, and how that leader will then go forward and go, okay, I understand mistakes are made. This is difficult for our business. We're going to work really hard at helping understand how those mistakes happen and how we can avoid them in the future. This is a learning opportunity. We're going to learn what we did that can be changed, that can be done differently to avoid that mistake. This sounds a little odd, but we're really looking to help people feel good about themselves. The tendency is if someone is making mistakes is want them to feel bad about themselves, thinking that they will feel bad and that will help them do better. That is not what we want to do. We want to help feel good about themselves, how to help them feel even better about themselves when they overcome challenges. I've said it before, we all stumble and fall occasionally. We're all looking for people to give us grace. I want people to give me grace. Why wouldn't I want to give other people grace? Because I know how that feels. I'm not trying to mess up. Most people don't want to mess up. They just make mistakes, and we provide them the grace because we want the grace. Grace creates an environment to admit mistakes, seek out solutions collaboratively. You make a mistake and the boss, the manager comes and starts shaking his finger and says, I want you to admit you made a mistake and I'm going to show you how to fix it. I'm going to be the person to help you fix it. No, it's collaboration, right? There's an environment that says, oh man, I messed up on this. The leader says, that's okay. We all make mistakes. What we want to do is figure out how to not make that mistake moving forward. Let's work together. Let's work collaboratively to allow that to happen. Grace is a really key part of keeping an environment where people feel confident that they can admit a mistake and not be punished, but they will actually be helped to avoid that mistake in the future. Again, a critical part of being a Noble CFO is operating in grace. I'm going to provide grace to people that make mistakes because I do as well, and I want grace. That is an important value that I have lived out my life, and I've been successful. I've not been burned by providing people grace. Again, I look forward to continuing this series on values. I really want to invite you to join me on this journey of developing noble CFOs that are serving clients all over the world and transforming our communities because we're operating with a different mindset than so many people in business. Thank you again, and we'll talk real soon.